Alrighty, so as I was playing Marvel Spider-Man 2 a little bit, I was thinking about what we could be seeing for Marvel Spider-Man 3, what stuff might be going on in the story and stuff like that. So I'm going to give my thoughts on it and see what you guys think. So without a doubt, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first things first is that I feel like this is the TASM 2 of this universe, and I really do think they set up Norman in a similar way to how they set up Harry in TASM 2, because it's clear that people are not over the Devil's Breath outbreak, and they are now mad because Harry tried to turn everyone into symbiotes. I could see Norman get very interested in the anti-venom suit, and he tells Peter to go find Spider-Man because he knows about the symbiote more than Peter, aside from Dr. Connors, and they can figure out a way to give it to Harry. Now, another thing is that based on its ending, it's 50-50 on who Goblin's gonna be. Plus, I really don't see Harry being Goblin. If I see Harry being Goblin, you already know how I feel about that. I feel like at some point in the story, Harry is going to become anti-venom. Now, this next one is, y'all know that I love me some Superior Spider-Man. We all know this. We need to see the Goblin Nation inspiration, because Goblin's gonna have a faction, because we know that Norman has his own group in the game, and I feel like the Oscorp soldiers would be used to make that happen. Because let's say when Norman becomes the Goblin, what's gonna stop him from using the G serum on his soldiers? Because as we know for a fact that the Oscorp soldiers potentially are the perfect people for that, and I feel like that is a very interesting way. Next thing is that I want to see Doc Ock trying to pull a Superior Spider-Man on Miles or Harry. Now, him taking over Miles could be very interesting because Rio and Prowler know Miles too well and could see a switch up in the way he's acting. And let's say Uncle Aaron becomes the Prowler again for a little bit and tracks Doc Ock in Miles' body to Oscorp, and he sees Ock take off Miles' mask, and Norman finds out that Miles is Spider-Man. And then after that, he goes and tells Rio, and then Rio tells Peter that, and then Peter would be wondering why he did that. And another thing is that it could lead into Peter finding out that Ock swapped minds with Miles if he makes one slip up on how Miles acts, which could end up to him finding out that Ock swapped minds with Miles. Now, for Superior Harry, you guys already know how I feel about that. So if you guys are new, let me go ahead and play this video for you guys. So what if Ock swaps minds with Harry and tells Norman that Miles is also Spider-Man, because he would have all of Harry's memories once he swaps minds with Harry. And on top of that, with Harry's memories, as you guys know, in that one scene when Peter and Harry are in Emily May testing out the symbiote and seeing what it could do, Harry does say,
"And that kid you're tutoring, he's the other one?"
Another thing that I want to see is Peter pulling up to the Osborn penthouse when he finds out that Norman's the Goblin, and then they fight floor by floor, just like how they did with the fight in No Way Home. And he finds out that it's one of the worst things that he's ever decided to do, because I feel like it would be very cool to see Peter angry without Venom warping his mind. And on top of that, I feel like we need more of that, because like we never got a chance to see how Peter can fight without the black suit on. Now, another one that I feel could be very interesting is having it be kind of like Spectacular Spider-Man, but instead have it inside of the EMF or in Peter's house. And I feel like if Peter threatens Norman, Norman could flat out say that there's a giant bomb hidden in one of those places, forcing Peter to choose between saving EMF or saving the house he grew up in. Now, as for how the boss fights could work, I could see Peter convincing Doc Ock to go back to his body, and after that, Peter builds a new interface for Ock to use. Now, for the Goblin boss fight, I want to see it end in Times Square, where we see Peter's mask off to the whole city, and then we get a scene to where Peter's punching Goblin just to wear him down, and then he cures him. Now, another thing is that I feel like we could get some TASM 2 stuff where we see Norman transform into the Goblin and finds Peter, Miles, and MJ, and MJ tries to get through to Norman, but Goblin says that Norman is dead, kind of like the TASM 2 movie. And I feel like this could play a part at some point in the game, because I could see the Goblin side of Norman overpowering the regular side of Norman, and the more and more it progresses, Norman's not going to be there anymore. Now, this last thing is I could see Peter retiring at the end of the game, and we get a scene to where we see MJ and Peter with Mayday, because at the end of the Black Cat DLC, MJ did say that Peter could make a good dad. So I could see that come full circle, and I feel like it would be great. And we have Peter retire, and then we would have Miles protecting the city at the end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. It's been your boy Phoenix. I'll see you guys later with another spectacular, Spidey, webtastic banger.